Welcome back to Father Gore Academy, the only academy on Pandora where graduation requirements include emotional damage, property destruction, and at least 1 or 3 active warrants from Hyperion. In today's class, we are starting one of the most unhinged weapons in Borderlands 4, the Roulette. Now this thing feels like a cracked out raccoon broke into Marcus's black market stash at 2 a.m., drank 6 cans of Skag Energy, then started welding random weapon parts together behind a dumpster fire. And somehow, it actually works. Because one reload turns this thing into a boss-melting monster. And the next reload has your screen looking like your graphics card is actively filing a restraining order. But here's the scary part. Once you understand how the reload perk system works, this weapon becomes absolutely disgusting. So today, I'm breaking down where to get the Roulette, how the reload perks work, the best builds and the Vault Hunters, the strongest god rolls, and how to turn this thing into a casino-powered war crime. So tighten your loot straps, hide your valuables from raccoons, and prepare for absolute chaos. So what even is the Roulette? The Roulette is a legendary weapon built entirely around rotating reload perks, random bonuses, and absolute chaos. Every single reload changes the behavior of the weapon, meaning the gun can feel completely different mid-fight. One reload might massively increase crit damage, another reload boosts elemental pressure. Another reload suddenly turns this weapon to a psycho-fuel particle effect generator capable of violating several intergalactic safety laws. And that is what makes this gun so unique. Most weapons in Borderlands 4 are built around consistency. The Roulette? This thing rewards adaptation. You're constantly reacting to different perks, combinations, and trying to manipulate the reload system into giving you stronger effects before major fights. Basically, gambling. Except instead of losing money, you're emotionally damaging bosses. Now let's talk where to actually get this thing. The Roulette drops from Vortex in second DLC over a Demon's Domain. And honestly, this is actually one of the better farms in Borderlands 4 right now, because there's an encore machine directly at the boss arena. Meaning once you kill Vortex, you can instantly rerun the fight without resetting the whole map, which saves a ton of time while farming. And trust me, you're going to want to farm this thing multiple times. Because with the Roulette, the reload perk combinations matter a lot. Some rolls feel decent, and others feel like Gearbox accidentally uploaded developer weapons into the live servers. So the grind isn't just get the gun. The real grind is getting a good Roulette with strong reload perks. The best strategy is melt Vortex quickly, hit the encore machine, rerun immediately, and keep cycling until you land stronger perk combinations, which honestly starts feeling like a gambling addiction simulator designed by cracked out raccoons with access to military-grade weaponry. Now this is the part most players completely miss. The reload mechanic is the entire reason this weapon is crazy, because reloading the Roulette doesn't just refill the mag, it re-rolls perks directly onto the weapon, meaning every reload can completely change your combat effectiveness. One reload might massively increase crit damage, another reload boosts elemental pressure. Another reload suddenly makes this thing feel like it drank 12 energy drinks and discovered tax fraud. And once you learn how to manipulate those reload bonuses, the Roulette becomes way more consistent than people think. The trick is learning which perks are worth keeping, which rolls melt bosses, and when to re-roll before entering major fights. That's why experienced players spam reload before boss encounters. They're basically standing there re-rolling for illegal damage combinations like a cracked out raccoon at a slot machine screaming, "One more spin!" And honestly, that mechanic alone makes the Roulette one of the coolest weapons in Borderlands 4. Because every fight feels different. Sometimes you're playing normal Borderlands, other times your screen starts looking like Claptrap installed malware directly into your HUD. Now let's talk about the rolls you actually want, because getting the Roulette is one thing, but getting a good Roulette, that's where the real grind begins. The strongest version you want to look for is Jacobs and Ripper. This is the nasty one. This roll gives you crazy crit potential, great pressure, and disgusting synergy with Lord Luck reload buffs. If you're running crit damage, movement damage, or reload based setups, this is one that can turn Vortex into a loot pinata. Another strong option is Jacobs and Torg Impact. This one is more about raw burst damage and less casino chaos, and more that enemy had a family and now they have loot. And for the fun version, Ripper Roll. This is a screen melting version. Fire rate goes crazy, reload buffs start stacking, and suddenly you're not playing Borderlands anymore. you're watching your HUD have a panic attack. The big buffs you want from Lord Luck are crit damage, gun damage, pellet count, fire rate, and reload speed. And when those buffs start stacking together, that's when the roulette stops being a pistol and starts being a felony with a trigger. First up, Vex is disgusting with the roulette. Why? Because Vex thrives on non-stop pressure, elemental chaos, and chaining effects together, which perfectly matches the roulette reload system. The more aggressive you play, the more bonuses start stacking. The more ridiculous this weapon becomes. And once Vex starts chaining abilities together with strong reload perks, enemies disappear fast. Now up next has to be Cash. And honestly, Cash might secretly be one of the best pairings for this gun, because Cash excels at fast engagement and burst damage, meaning when Roulette rolls a strong perk combo, things get stupid real fast. You randomly hit combinations that erase enemies before your brain even understands what happened. 1 second, enemy alive. Next second, loot explosion. Third second, your console sounds like it's filing for emotional support. Now for the best setups, you want crit boosting gear, reload speed, elemental amplification, and aggressive damage stacking. The Roulette loves fast gameplay. This is not a defensive weapon. This is kick the door down first and apologize never energy. You always want gear and abilities that reward chain kills, amplify secondary effects, or rapidly refresh cooldowns. Because once the roulette starts stacking bonuses correctly, the screen starts looking like a casino fighting a nuclear reactor while Claptrap screams motivational quotes in the background. Now there are some downsides. If you hate randomness, you may hate this gun. If you ignore the reload perk system, the weapon can feel inconsistent. The roulette rewards players who actually understand perk rotations and aggressive gameplay. So overall, the roulette is one of the most chaotic and entertaining weapons in Borderlands 4 right now. Not because it's perfectly balanced, but because it feels like Borderlands. Loud, chaotic, explosive, completely unhinged, exactly how it should be. But let me know down below what your favorite reload perk combo on the roulette is, and what weapon should I break down next. And if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe, and join the Father Gore Academy, where we turn loot addiction into a full-time profession. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, guys.